Thank you for listening to GCN. Be sure to visit GCNlive.com today.
All right, we are talking fats and fatty hormones and inflammation and the immune system. All this that precedes chronic degenerative diseases, all of them, autoimmune diseases, heart diseases, diabetes, cancer, neurological diseases. Diseases that don't get better always are underlined or are understood in terms of inflammation and immunity. Behind all chronic degenerative diseases is inflammation and immunity. And given, or once you take into account the idea that there's always simple ideas behind complex phenomena, simple basic building blocks behind what appears to be overwhelming complexity, you begin to understand why I say health is simple. Underneath, behind all chronic degenerative diseases, you'll find the same phenomena. You'll find inflammation. You'll find defense. Inflammation equals immunity equals defense. Chronic degenerative diseases of all kinds, from acne to eczema to cancer and heart disease, are the long-term manifestation of a defensive response. I know I say it every day. I'll continue to say it every day. Because we get overwhelmed and we get bamboozled and we get tricked and our doctors get tricked. And it's not about the individual doctors because they're being fooled also. They really think they're helping people. Your specialist really thinks he's doing a good job. It's not him. It's the model. It's the paradigm. Once we understand that this thing is simple, we'll understand we could do this ourselves. CDD, chronic degenerative diseases, as opposed to acute diseases or infectious diseases or mechanical trauma. Chronic degenerative, long-term progressive disease is none of your doctor's business. It's none of the medical model's business. And I was listening to Bernie Sanders once again yesterday and Hillary Clinton. Free health care for everybody. Universal health care. Health care is a right. This is the meme that you're going to start to hear. Once this primary thing is over with and the regular election comes, you're going to hear universal health care as a right. That's the big thing, universal health care. But what do they mean by that? They mean you have the right to get diagnosed and you have the right to get drugged and you have the right to have radiation and chemotherapy and surgery. Who does that benefit? With the exception, obviously, of trauma, mechanical trauma, and acute issues. Well, it doesn't benefit the people. It benefits the drug industry. I think Hillary Clinton is taking hundreds of thousands of dollars a year from drug companies. Universal health care, free health care is a right. You're hearing political poodles doing the bidding of lobbyists and drug companies and greedy representatives. And I'm not even going to go into that Martin Shkreli guy, $3,000 a pill. It's not just him. He's just a scapegoat. Anyway, defense equals inflammation equals immunity. Fats are a key player in this because the fats cover the cell. And once those fats are off, once we are deficient in the building block fats, and almost everybody is who's not using their ultimate EFAs, who's not taking essential fatty acids and eating essential fatty acid rich food, that's most of us, is at risk for broken down cells. And by the way, when it comes to broken down cells and immunity and inflammatory health issues, there is no more significant site of inflammation and immunity than the blood. Blood disease, blood cancers. Blood cancers have not changed really that much in the last 40 or 50 years, the diagnosis anyway. Survival rates have changed. We now can keep people alive longer, but we're still diagnosed at the same rate. Leukemia, lymphoma. Leukemia is like the number one killer for children. It's, and when you understand that you take into account how we eat and how we live our lives, of course, cells are going to switch into this secondary emergency way of operating because they're being starved. They're being robbed of oxygen. They're being fed sugar and other toxins, not to mention radiation and EMFs and cell phones. I sometimes wonder about my cell phone. We're selling a couple years ago. There was a guy, I don't know, I haven't heard his commercials lately, selling a pocket protector for cell phones. Even just the radiation that's coming off the computer. Can you imagine how much electromagnetic energy is in our environment? I mean, if you think about it, this stuff didn't exist 200 years ago, 100 years ago. So in the last electromagnetic fields, our ability to manipulate electromagnetic fields didn't really get going until the middle of the 19th century. It's only been 150 years or so. As far as the blood, as far as blood clotting, as far as coagulation, probably no more significant factor is related to dirty blood, blood toxicity, blood coagulation, blood cancers, inflammatory blood than leaky gut syndrome, LGS, leaky gut syndrome. Please do not underestimate the importance of this absolutely incredibly fundamental place where the body breaks down. Leaky gut syndrome cannot help but lead to dirty blood. It cannot help but lead to heart disease. It cannot help but lead to arrhythmias and anginas and all the other cardiovascular problems that are associated with dirty blood. Not to mention kidney disease, eye disease, just general feeling like crap. Inflammation in the blood is marked by the same kind of inflammatory features that inflammation, any other tissue of the body, manifests. Swelling, discomfort. Basically, once these inflammatory factors get into the blood, they get delivered. The body will drop them off. The blood system will drop them off in the joints. This is where autoimmune disease comes from. You eat a food, it doesn't get processed correctly. It gets into the blood over the course of time as the gut breaks down and these things leak into the blood. You get a blood response, and that is an immune response. You get a big clumping inside the blood with little antibodies and immune factors and the particles of food. And eventually those particles and the globbed up immune reaction mess that's in the blood will get deposited in your joints. It'll get deposited in your thyroid. It'll get deposited in various soft tissues of the body, and then you get an immune response in the thyroid. And that's called Hashimoto's. This is how autoimmune disease is related to digestive issues, to leaky gut syndrome. Dirty blood is a significant problem, not only because once the blood becomes dirty, it's going to deliver the stuff, and it's going to all the cells, but 7-8% of our body weight is blood, too. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. Got more to say, and your phone calls, 844-236-6010. You're listening to The Bright Side. We'll be back after this.
Owe $10,000 or more to the IRS?
Get on board with the Tax Admiral. Don't pick on the IRS alone. I'll cut penalties and reduce your overall tax bill. Sometimes I can even get it zeroed out completely.
We're an A-rated company helping people clean up their mess with the IRS.
If you owe $10,000 or more, then call the Tax Admiral.
Call 800-287-7180. Again, that's 800-287-7180. 800-287-7180.
Pharmacist Ben Fuchs believes virtually all disease states can be backtracked to digestive problems.
Deficiencies in stomach acid can affect all downstream systems. Taking digestive enzymes can be amazingly helpful for dealing with deficiencies in stomach acid. Enzymes require low pH for activation. You can also use aloe vera juice, by the way. Sugars in aloe vera have a coating effect on the digestive system. Longevity has a cool product called Noni Plus, which is made from aloe and the noni fruit. It's tasty. It can also function to support digestive acidification of the stomach, and activation of digestive enzymes.
Take Pharmacist Ben's advice and support your digestive system by ordering Noni Plus from Longevity. Call 866-735-2470. That's 866-735-2470, or on the web at brightsideben.com. That's brightsideben.com. Order today.
Removing bad taste and odor from your drinking water is easy. Removing the bad stuff you don't taste is what ProPure does best. Water the way nature meant it to be. Clean, crisp, and refreshing. See the complete line of ProPure countertop, inline, gravity, and household water filtration products. Visit your authorized ProPure dealer or ProPureUSA.com. That's ProPureUSA.com. Or call 800-544-3533.
If you're like me, you're concerned about the stock market and the economy. You're asking the questions, but it just doesn't seem that you're getting the right answers. Well, my friends at the Wealth Preservation Institute not only have the answers, but they've put together a free report, How to Survive the Upcoming Economic Collapse and Protect Your 401ks, IRA savings, and retirement income. Don't hesitate. This report's for free for a limited time by calling 888-772-2929. That's 888-772-2929. Take back your financial lives today.
It's about time something new came along for better selling and buying online. And I found it.
What now, Marge?
It's buysellmakeoffer.com.
Never heard of it.
It's a brand new company. That's why you've never heard of it. It's the newest and best way to sell any products online. I did all the research.
Sell my car?
Yes.
Our home?
Yep.
My golf bag?
Your golf clubs. All of them.
How about your purse collection hoard?
Hey, now.
You said any product.
You're right. I did. We get 30 days free.
Really?
Packages starting from only $7.95. And buysellmakeoffer.com will never charge item fees ever. Never. And this is cool. Listen to this. You can even use Skype or video to show your items.
That's cool.
Yes. All we have to do is go to the website, sign up, and then load our stuff to sell. I love this site.
Buysellmakeoffer.com.
Buysellmakeoffer.com. You got it?
Buysellmakeoffer.com.
Buysellmakeoffer.com. Better selling, better buying.
Today, more than ever, it's imperative that you protect your digital privacy. EDEC Digital Forensics, Signal Blocking, Anti-Radiation, Anti-Surveillance Faraday bags shield the contents of your phones, tablets, and key fobs from 4G, Wi-Fi, GPS, Bluetooth, NFC, and more. Find us at edecdf.com/radio or call us now at 805-222-4584. That's 805-222-4584. Radio listeners get 20% off your order.
From the University of California at San Diego, this was published last month in the Public Library of Science, +1 they call it. High risk of leukemia linked to low sunlight, low vitamin D. How do you like that? Vitamin D is one of the most powerful immune-boosting vitamins. It's linked to the sun, yet we are supposed to stay out of the sun. We are supposed to wear sunscreen, because the sun is this demon in the sky. Well, it turns out that through its connection to vitamin D, it may actually help lower the risk of leukemia, at least according to the University of California at San Diego, a study published in PLOS 1. So, blood clotting, blood coagulation, dirty blood, doctors will call it sepsis, referring to bacterial sepsis, but I'm talking about subclinical sepsis, a sepsis that occurs gradually over the course of time, precedes all chronic degenerative disease. And once you understand that, doesn't it make sense to just try to figure out how we can keep our blood clean? Well, that's basically what we're talking about every day here on The Bright Side. Even if we don't specifically say this is about cleaning the blood, basically everything we talk about on this program, all the nutritional strategies, all the respiratory, breathing, oxygenation strategies, all the detox, including sugar strategies, involve cleaning the blood. Yes, you can also, by the way, use bentonite clay to clean your blood. You can use zeolite to clean your blood. You can use magnetic agents, chelating agents. Chelation means magnetic or magnetic attraction. Chelates to claw, to kind of stick, adhere to. You can use chelating agents like N-acetylcysteine and selenium and vitamin C to help purify the blood. You can have intravenous chelation. You know what? If you're over the age of 60 and you have unlimited funds, or even if you don't have unlimited funds, if you have unlimited funds, if you're a movie star, if you have, as they say, FU money, you can do whatever the heck you want, you're getting chelation therapy every week or every month. Brad Pitt is getting chelation therapy every week or every month. George Clooney is getting chelation therapy every week or every month. Donald Trump is getting it every week or every month. Anybody who has money and has even a little bit of awareness of how their body works, or has a healthcare professional guiding them through it, is getting chelation therapy. Why? Because it is aside from nutrition and oxygenation, it is very likely the most important and powerful longevity, anti-aging, anti-cancer health strategy you could ever use. Chelation therapy. Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton and Obama and John Kasich and all the other people who are screaming about universal health care really cared about health, we'd all get chelation therapy guaranteed by the government. Now, that I'd be willing to pay for. You know what? If they said we got to raise your taxes, not even. They don't need to raise taxes. There's plenty of money. But if they did say that, just so we can guarantee chelation therapy, now that's a health care program I could get behind. The blood is the life. It's the sacred space. It reaches every single cell in the body. All diseases preceded by dirty blood. And please do not underestimate the relevance of sugar. Sugar, or elevated blood sugar, counts. When we talk about dirty blood, we're talking about elevations in the sugar content of the blood. Kidney disease is a dirty blood, i.e. sugar, or dirty blood / sugar issue. That's why diabetes and kidney disease and diabetes go hand in hand. Sugar, after a certain amount, is a toxin to the blood. It's explosive, and the body has evolved incredibly sophisticated mechanisms for yanking that sugar out of the blood and controlling the sugar. You know, when you really talk about this triangle of disease, what we're really talking about is energy. The triangle of disease, the 3 points of disease, the 3 points that precede all chronic degenerative disease, the triangle, the digestive system, the blood sugar system, and the adrenal thyroid system are really about energy. Energy is the ability to do work, and this is the fundamental requirement for all cells of the body. For the body in general, the fundamental requirement is energy. Without energy, we're dead. And as energy processing breaks down, we progressively die, slowly die. We age. Aging is really an energy issue. Disease is an energy issue. Death itself is an energy issue. The 3 systems in the body that help the body deal with energy are the digestive system, which gathers and accumulates the energy from food, the blood sugar system, which stores and releases the energy as it builds up and as it's needed, and the adrenal thyroid complex, the 3rd point on the triangle of disease, which allocates the energy, distributes the energy. Those are the 3 points of the triangle of disease, and they all involve energy. The digestive system gathers and accumulates it, the blood sugar system stores and releases it, and the adrenals and the thyroids distribute it and allocate it. And once these systems break down, all disease is inevitable. Disease is inevitable at that point. This is why you work on the digestive system, you stabilize the blood sugar system, and you calm the body down, and you use nutrients for the adrenal glands. Thyroid will take care of itself pretty much. The thyroid will take care of itself. Hypothyroidism, hyperthyroidism, if you're dealing with a thyroid issue, and almost everybody is, and you don't have to be diagnosed, and you don't have to have your TSH tested, and your T3, and your T4. You don't need that. If you have a chronic degenerative disease, you can just assume you got a thyroid problem despite what your doctor says. I can't tell you how many times I've had people tell me that they have all the symptoms of poor thyroid functioning, including heart disease, including elevated cholesterol, by the way, which goes hand in hand with hypothyroidism, changes in blood fats immediately related to hypothyroidism. Everything is really. I can't tell you how many people have told me they got dry skin, they're tired, their digestive system isn't working correctly, they got heart problems or blood fat issues or circulatory issues, but their thyroid is normal, according to the test. Cannot happen. Cannot be. It cannot be. It doesn't matter what the diagnostics tell you. The diagnostics, as we say so many times on this program, are statistics, and human beings are not statistics. We're individuals. Statistics and reference values, these are only measurements of large numbers of people. The individuals that make up those large numbers are not, their health is not reflective of the statistics. Individuals are individuals, which is why diagnostics is useless. Who knows if you're an outlier or not? Who knows if you fall within those reference ranges? You go by how you feel. And you can rest assured, if you're dealing with a chronic degenerative disease, you're hypothyroid, period. And you're dysglycemic, messed up blood sugar, period. And you've got leaky gut syndrome and a digestive issue, period. And start working that way. How do you know? How can you tell? How can you tell I'm not full of crap and this is all baloney? Your doctor's 100% right. Well, here's how you tell. You stop eating and see. You do your fasting, or you do a ketogenic diet, or you eliminate problem foods, see how you feel. You reduce your intake of sugar, bread, pasta, potatoes, or count. Anything that breaks down into sugar, fruit juice, fruits. You use nutrients that help you stabilize your blood sugar. You see how you feel. You start to calm the body down. You work with your adrenal glands, which basically involves blood sugar and digestion, and you see how you feel. It's as simple as that, folks. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number. 844-236-6010. We'll be back with more good health information on the bright side right after this. From the journal Nature Microbiology, Wound Healing Intestinal Bacteria. Check this out. You cut yourself, you wound yourself, you burn yourself, and your intestinal bacteria change. And what's more, at least one of these bacteria helps stimulate the healing of your skin. How do you like that? Your digestive system is related to your skin. Where have you heard that before? I'm telling you, folks, I know I sound like I'm beating a dead horse, and I know I'm making it sound simple, but it is. It is. How many different ways do we need to see the impact of the digestive system on our health? From Science Daily, from Rush University Medical Center. This is an article from, I love this website, by the way, Science Daily, if you're interested. Starving Cancer, Feeding Knowledge. Hematologist Reem Karmali, MD. She studies cancer. Actually, she studies diabetes. And she's studying the use of a diabetes drug to help heal blood cancer. How do you like that? They're using metformin now to heal blood cancer. Why? Because sugar feeds cancer. I'm not beating up on sugar. I'm not beating up on anybody. I'm just telling you. It's hidden in plain sight. I love that. Hidden in plain sight. There's so many things that are hidden in plain sight. Talked to a lady yesterday about, she breaks out on her chin every time. She thinks it's because she exercises. So I told her, look, when you break out, it's not topical 99.99% of the time. It's internal. You got to start working on your digestive system. So I suggested to her, if you want to see how this thing works, let's do an elimination diet and start by fasting for 3 days. She says, oh yeah, I noticed that when I don't eat, my skin improves. She says this to me. And yet she still thinks that, and I'm not beating her up, I don't want to sound mean here, but she thinks that it was the exercise that was causing her to break out, yet she knew that when she didn't eat, her skin improved. And I said, I told her, can you see what's happening here? It's hidden in plain sight. We don't make these connections. Here's another juicy one. I love this one. This one is from the Proceedings of National Academy of Science. Study suggests a remarkable approach to multiple sclerosis treatment. Oh, you know what they're doing now? They're giving you synthetic bile salts. Yes, the very same bile salts that help you digest fats, the very same bile that is perhaps the most underappreciated of all the fluids in the body, now they're giving synthetic bile to treat multiple sclerosis. How do you like that? A synthetic one, though, not real bile, not stimulating your own bile, a synthetic one, i.e., a drug company version of bile. So, of course, your doctor write a prescription for this. He's not going to say, make sure you take your ultimate enzymes, which contain bile acids and bile salts. If you want to pick a multifunctional, there's a few, but one of the most multifunctional of all the longevity products, you couldn't find one more multifunctional than the ultimate enzymes. That thing's amazing, and not the least of which, it has all kinds of ingredients, and they're all important, not the least of which is the bile acids and the bile salts. Hidden in plain sight. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number. Let's go to Indiana. Welcome, Pat, to the bright side. What's going on, Pat?
Well, I'm calling about our son.
Okay.
He's got work-related lungs, but they found a big tumor on his thyroid, and they want to take it right out.
They want to take the whole thyroid out?
Yeah, because they said there's like little hairs or something like growing from it.
Well, I can't. Did they stage it? Did they tell you what stage cancer he's at?
No, did the biopsy yesterday, but...
Okay, so I can't tell you what to do there because I don't know how far progressed it is. And cancer, once it progresses, you got to do what you got to do. But the thyroid, you want to do everything you could do to not remove that thyroid. Do not let them tell you he'll be fine. Do not let them tell you he'll be normal without a thyroid. Do not let them tell you they'll just give him Synthroid and everything will be hunky-dory. It won't be. So you have to do everything you can do to keep that thyroid. So find out from your doctor how far along it is. If it's stage 1 or stage 2, personally, I would not be taking the whole thyroid out. Now, I can't tell you that because I don't know how far along he is. Well, that having been said, the burden on the thyroid, when you have a cancer, you've got a cell that's burdened. And so your job is to, and if you listen to this program or even just the last half hour or so, we talked about the relationship between thyroid health and the rest of the body. If the thyroid is overworked, that is, thyroid cells are overworked, or if they're starved, or they're suffocating, or they're toxic, this is where cancer comes from. You understand that cancer is it's a way that the cells are coping with a toxic, starved, or oxygen-deprived environment. They're just dealing. You know what I mean when I say they're just dealing? It's a survival strategy. So what you want to do is you want to tell those cells that they're loved and they're taken care of. And you can do it with words and you can do it with thoughts, but I'm talking about with nutrition, I'm talking about with oxygen, I'm talking about with detoxification. So first of all, the most important thing at this point is to clean the blood. That's the most important thing. If you could do chelation therapy, if you can have a naturopath or a chiropractor or even a medical doctor do chelation therapy, that's helpful. You can also do nutrients that will help chelate. the toxicity. Vitamin C will do double duty because it's wonderfully anti-cancer. So making sure you could do IV vitamin C, or you can make sure that he's taking enough vitamin C orally. IV is always the best if you're dealing with these kinds of acute emergency situations. So that's another anti-cancer strategy for you. Ketogenic diet. Love this one. The ketogenic diet is a calm the blood down diet. It's a low sugar. They say high fat and they say moderate protein, but basically it's a low sugar diet, low carbohydrate diet. Cancer and sugar are linked hand in hand. So he can't eat like normal, all right? He has to eat. He can't eat like his friends. How old is your son, by the way?
He's 54.
Okay, well, he's a young man. It's working in his favor. So he can, if he does all of these things, Pat, his job is right now to strengthen his body, not to take care of the cancer. This is a subtle point, but a very important point. The doctors aren't going to tell you that. They're going to tell you we're going to take care of everything. I'm telling you, let the body take care of it. As long as it's not in stage 3, stage 4, where it's metastasized, or it's, you're in dire straits, let the body do its work. Calm the body down, strengthen the body. I'm telling you, if you take that thyroid out, if he takes his thyroid out, the rest of his life, he's going to be suffering. He's going to be dealing. Now, it may be that he needs to do that. I don't know. But if he doesn't have to, low sugar diet, chelation therapy, focus on digestive health, make sure he's using nutrients to stabilize his blood sugar in addition to being on the blood sugar diet. That would be chromium, vanadium, the sweeties, all your B complex. In fact, you can do B complex IV. There's something called the Myers cocktail, which is an IV nutritional strategy. IV glutathione, another one. If you can't do IV on any of these, just do them orally. Glutamine helps you build glutathione. Something called NAC, or N-acetylcysteine, will help as well. That's also a chelating agent, too. That'll magnetically attract toxins out of the blood. Hope I'm not giving you too much information here, because these are all valuable strategies. Also, oxygenation, hyperbaric oxygen chambers. A lot of hospitals have those. That can be helpful. Make sure always when you're doing hyperbaric oxygen, by the way, that you're doing your antioxidants also, because you got to protect against oxygen, in addition to oxygen being important. Veggie juices, get a Vitamix, do all the veggie juices you can. Mushroom, aloe are also wonderfully anti-cancer. Polysaccharides in mushrooms and polysaccharides in aloe. There's something called beta-glucan, which you may have heard of. Longevity has a beta-glucan product. Beta-glucan is a sugar that's found everywhere, so it's not difficult to find. But you could do straight beta-glucan. Look at the Longevity products. Selenium is extremely important for the entire immune system. It's like a little battery that charges the anti-cancer chemistry in the body, the glutathione chemistry. So using selenium in addition to intravenous glutathione or oral building blocks of glutathione can be helpful too. Pat, there's so many more things you can do. If you hang tight, we'll talk about the thyroid a little bit, and then if you're on hold, stay there. We'll get to you as well. From Groningen University in the Netherlands, quote, "There is convincing evidence that nutritional depletion is a significant factor in adverse long-term health effects," unquote. Study mapped the reasons why some populations age healthier than others, and they found that, surprise, surprise, elderly folks who had more hypertension, more obesity, more degenerative diseases also had more nutritional depletion. No surprise there. Nothing about drugs. They didn't say drug depletion. I know it's common sense, but why do we even need studies like this? Of course it's common sense. All right, Pat in Indiana. We're talking about cancer. Pat, you said he had a tumor on his thyroid, correct?
Yes, and
okay.
I want to know, we have a Robert Beck little machine. Is that chelating?
No, chelating is in the blood. Chelating is when is where you either eat or somebody injects a magnet. I say magnet, it's not really a magnet, but I want you to think about it that way. Mm-hmm. They inject little magnets in the blood that suck up the toxins, magnetically attract the toxins, and then flush them out of your body. Electrical, you said a Beck machine, a Robert Beck machine?
Yeah.
Well, Robert Beck he was an MD who wrote some incredible stuff about electromagnetic fields and the bioelectronical nature of the body. Yeah. I think they're just calling this machine a Robert Beck machine because it does something electrically, but you're still looking at it the wrong way. You're looking at it as how do we fix it? How do we fix the problem? What I'm telling you is you want to strengthen the body, calm the body down. And so the ketogenic diet, food elimination, patching up the digestive system, chelating agents, nutrients like vitamin C and the B complex, magnesium, and
all these vitamins, is that chelating?
A lot of them will chelate, absolutely. A lot of them will act as chelating agents, that's correct. But a lot of them will work just to strengthen the body. And then calming the body down is also important. The thyroid is very responsive to stresses. Remember, the thyroid, I was saying earlier, the thyroid is allocating energy to where it needs to be allocated. So under conditions of stress and under conditions of emergency, chronic that is, the thyroid is bound to be stressed out. It's bound to burn out. And so when you have a tumor in that area, chances are pretty good that thyroid cells have been burdened and stressed and overwhelmed for a long period of time. They've been working overtime, and nobody's been giving them any love, any nutritional love, any oxygen love, any detoxification love. And so all the strategies we're talking about here are calming the thyroid down and supporting thyroid health, but also calming the body down and supporting the health of the entire body. Relaxation techniques, don't underestimate those, and deep breathing. I was talking a little bit about oxygen, but slow deep breathing, don't underestimate that as well. Your doctors are trained in fixing diseases. What I'm talking about here is strengthening the body. It's a distinction, but it's a subtle distinction. See, I'm saying strengthen the body, let the body deal with the issue. As long as you're not if you're into stage 3 and stage 4, that's a little bit different. That's when the cancer starts to spread. It becomes significant. And then the medical model, to give the devil his due, sometimes the medical model can do some good. But until that point where you're in this acute, dramatic situation, personally, I'd be doing all I could do in terms of avoiding surgery and certainly avoiding thyroidectomy, which is a major surgery. Not major surgery, but it's major surgery, but it's a major problem. It can present a major problem. People who have thyroid cancer, by the way, or all cancers, are at high risks for other cancers. So here's another issue, Pat. You're going to get the thyroid taken out, but if you don't do all the things I just told you, he's going to have a higher risk factor. He's going to have a higher risk factor for other cancers down the road.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So no matter what you decide to do, everything I told you is very, very important. Breast cancer, by the way, leads to more thyroid cancer. Thyroid cancer leads to other cancers. So if you take care of the cancer by removing it or radiating it or chemotherapizing it, that's a word, you haven't done anything about the risk factors for further cancers. See what I'm saying?
Right.
So you want to strengthen the body under any circumstances, no matter what he decides to do. But that would be the first thing that I did.
And
all
I
right?
need to tell you something.
Yes,
My
ma'am.
husband called you about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and you recommended whey protein and super enzymes for his pulled muscle.
Yes.
Well, he's all better, and he's back chopping wood.
Praise God. I'm telling you, Pat, you think I'm kidding around here? No, I'm not telling you this because this is fun and games. I'm telling you this because this is life-changing information.
I know.
And your doctors aren't going to tell you this stuff. Thank you, Pat. Appreciate you sharing that. That's important because other people need to hear these stories. That's why I say success stories are so important. Thanks, Pat. God bless you with everything.
Well, thank you.
All right. Take care now. All right. Jasmine in Wyoming. I love Wyoming. Oh, my goodness. Where in Wyoming are you, Jasmine?
Jackson.
What a beautiful state.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear anybody giving Wyoming grief. You guys get a lot of grief.
Tetons are amazing.
What's that?
The Grand Tetons are amazing.
Oh, my God. Jackson is one of my all-time favorite cities. I almost moved there a long, long time ago to Jackson. In the late 70s, there was nothing there. I imagine it's all built up now, right?
Oh, it's changed so much, yeah.
Yeah.
I've been here.
Okay, so when did you move out there?
I've been here almost 16 years, actually.
And you just stayed, huh? Did you go out to...
You don't want to leave when you get here.
You don't want to leave. Oh, my God. That's such a beautiful city or town. Is it a city? It's a town or city. It was a town.
It's a town. It has that country feel, yet there's so much money in this community that it's like a little mini city, so it has so much to offer. And, we have our off seasons and stuff like that, and then it gets really busy in the summertime, of course, because of national parks, and then, of course, the winter times picks up for the skiing.
Do you ski? Is that why you went out there?
I do not ski.
No, you just went out there just because it was gorgeous?
Well, I actually used to be a massage therapist a long time ago. I'm actually a banker now, but I came out here to do massage therapy and just never left. So
good for you. Well, you have good taste. I will tell you that. Where did you move there from?
I'm from eastern Montana, actually.
Okay, well, it's pretty nice up there too. Is that where Billings is? Is that the east part?
It is. It's about 3 more hours northeast of Billings.
Okay. All right. So what's going on? How can we help you, Jasmine?
Nope, you've answered most of my questions in the last few calls for the cleaning the blood, but my main concern is I want to get off the blood thinners as soon as possible, just because they're so risky.
Why are they giving you blood thinners? What do they give those to?
I had a stroke at 32 years old.
Oh, my goodness. Hard living? What were you doing, Jasmine? That's unusual. Were you hard living or?
They told me it's caused by birth control, but as I'm learning from you and Dr. Wallach, it was really caused by dirty blood and my poor eating habits, and it about killed me. So I'm on Xarelto. I was on the warfarin. And,
okay. How do you feel? Do you feel tired? Do you feel? Are you happy? Are you strong? Are you vital? Tell me about.
I feel good. I've been on longevity since the end of October.
Nice.
And
did it change anything? Did you notice a difference when you got on the longevity stuff?
Oh, totally. It changed my triglycerides, which I've battled my whole life. They started at they used to be 700, and when I started longevity, they were 257. Now they're down to 31 in just less than 2 months.
Isn't that amazing, Jasmine?
I couldn't believe it.
Doesn't it make you want to stand on top of the roof and just scream it to people? I'm telling you. And the same thing can happen with your Xarelto also. So if you're still on you may not need to be on the Xarelto. They may just be giving it to you prophylactically to prevent something.
My brain was pretty clotted. I mean, and it still is when I had my MRI in September. So I'm just wondering, if I'm on everything to dissolve the clots, is that a fast process?
Yeah, it's a pretty fast process depending on how significant it was. Now, I'd be looking at the food thing first.
I've done that, yeah.
Okay, so if you can find, and it's in your, not to make things up, of course, but it's in your interest to find things for food. The more you can find, the more you can eliminate, the cleaner your blood will be. And that's always the first thing, leaky gut syndrome and food allergens and toxins. Even if you're 99% clean, there may be 1% that you want to find that 1% is what I'm saying. Sugar also represents a toxin, so all your sugar strategies, consider yourself a diabetic whether they call you that or not.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Don't even worry what you don't even need to get your blood sugar tested. Just consider yourself a diabetic. Go ketogenic. Okay. Jasmine, if I were you, if you had a stroke at age 32, I would be going ketogenic the rest of my life. The ketogenic diet. All right? How old are you, by the way?
I just turned 35.
Okay, so you're a young chickie. You got lots of good living going on. So now's the time, and you're also very strong. So this is you're in the prime of your life. The ketogenic diet, and then also chelation therapy. If you want to do that, that's a great. If you're you got excess fundage because it can be a little pricey. IV chelation therapy or oral chelation therapy, using vitamin C. Omega fats, natural blood thinners. Vitamin E is a natural blood thinner. Omega 3s are natural blood thinners. Oxygen is one of the most important blood thinners there is. It may be the most important blood thinner. All right? Oxygen, plain old oxygen. So practice slow, deep breathing, do yoga, massage, indulge in hot tubs and hot showers, naps. The parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest, relaxation nervous system. So many more things that you could do. Basically, what you're talking about is cleaning the blood and thinning the blood. Of course, the Healthy Start Pack, which you're on, goes without saying. Don't forget about the Nightly Essence if you're not doing that. And then also the Fucoid Z. Fucoidin and polysaccharides can be very helpful for keeping the circulation system moving. And last but not least, get on a rebounder if you're not already. Move your body around. Hang upside down on an inversion machine, inversion device. A lot of these strategies for moving the blood around can be very helpful for dealing with dirty blood and especially if you had a history of stroke. Got to go, Jasmine. Thank you for your call and thanks for your success story. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Have yourselves a wonderful, awesome, beautiful, spectacular day. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye for now.
Ben Fuchs is a registered pharmacist who has been using nutritional supplementation like medicines for decades, seeing tremendous health benefits. That's why he drinks Pollen Burst from Longevity's complete line of nutritional supplements.
Pollen Burst has got the B vitamins in there, and the B vitamins are so fascinating because most people are going to be deficient in the B vitamins because they're rapidly processed out of food. So if you're eating foods that are cooked, if you're eating foods that are frozen, if you're eating foods that are prepared in any way, you're going to be deficient in these B vitamins. And the B vitamins work on the parts of the body that move the fastest: the brain, the heart, the skin, and the digestive system. Those are the four systems that respond rapidly to the B vitamins.
To feel changes in your body's fast-moving systems, order Longevity's Pollen Burst by calling 877-551-1301. That's 877-551-1301 or on the web at InfoWarsTeam.com. That's InfoWarsTeam.com.
You pick up the receiver with your heart racing and sweat dripping from your forehead. You finally muster the courage to dial the number to call into your favorite talk radio show. It rings once, twice, and then...
Hello, it's GCN. What's your name and the state you're calling from?
Surprised you got through, you squeak out.
Jason from Minnesota.
Please hold.
As you patiently wait for your turn, you begin to daydream about being a famous talk radio host and what it would be like to have your own show.
Jason from Minnesota, you're up.
Millions of loyal listeners worldwide waiting to call and talk to you.
Caller, are you there?
Cheering crowds surround you, calling out your name.
Jason! Jason! Going once, twice. Okay, we gotta move on to the next caller.
You blew it.
Huh? Wait, no!
Interact with the host you're listening to right now, online at GCNlive.com. Click on the community link. Engage with other listeners. Ask questions. Start debates. Don't agree with the host? Let them know. Be a part of the community at GCNlive.com.
This is Dan Pilla. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.
As your body ages, there's a 10% decline in your ability to repair each passing decade after the age 28. By age 40, your ability to repair from demanding manual labor, exercise, or a stressful desk job has declined by 12%. By using One World Whey, you supercharge your body's ability to repair and eliminate inflammation. Our unique frequency-encoded whey protein, coupled with our high-quality whey, improves your cell's ability to make protein, which is to say, repair itself.
My name is Jonathan Wright, and I'm 40 years old. I recently went from a desk job to a manual labor job. Normally, I'm worn out. With energy-enhanced One World Whey, I now recover so quickly that I can perform very hard work all day long. I use energy-enhanced One World Whey for breakfast and lunch, and I experience less hunger throughout the day. I have a 30% increase in energy, and I just feel better. I plan to make energy-enhanced One World Whey a permanent part of my lifestyle.
Call 888-988-3325 or visit oneworldwhey.com. That's oneworld.com.
Looking for that edge during those intimate moments? We see many ads for enhancement, but the side effects include death. At GCN Team, we should change the Healthy Body, Brain, and Heart Pack to the Healthy Libido Pack. The brain and heart are not the only organs that require a healthy vascular system. For proper blood flow at the right moment, go to GCNteam.com or call 877-878-4203. That's 877-878-4203. That's 877-878-4203.
So you've got to take a state construction license exam or certification. Can't decide on what books or what chapters to study? Discover right now how you can eliminate unnecessary books and wasted study time. At contractorexam.com, our study materials zero in on state-required test topics in an effective, multiple-choice format. So whether you're a plumber, electrician, general contractor, or other construction-related trade, contractorexam.com will help get you prepared. Visit us at www.contractorexam.com today.
This is a healthcare alert from the Pain Relief Hotline. If you, a family member, or a loved one suffers from knee, back, shoulder, or ankle pain and have Medicare as your primary insurance, we've got great news. You don't have to suffer any longer. You can immediately qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you by calling our 24/7 Pain Relief Hotline at 866-389-0620. Delivery is free and all paperwork is handled for you. If you are on Medicare and have knee, back, shoulder, or ankle pain, don't wait. You can qualify to immediately receive a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost by calling our 24/7 Pain Hotline now at 866-389-0620. Our representatives are standing by 24/7 to take your call and rush you your pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you. Shipping is free and all paperwork is handled for you. Just call 866-389-0620. That's 866-389-0620. Again, 866-389-0620.
We all have heard about the benefits of fish oils, but what about the presence of heavy metals, PCBs, dioxins, furans, and other contaminants found in fatty tissues of fish? GCNteam.com recognizes this risk and offers IFOS certified tested omega-3 fatty acids. EPA, DHA insist on IFOS omega-3 fatty acid certification. Get the best at GCNteam.com or call 877-878-4203.
Most of you know that heart disease is the #1 silent killer in the U.S. What if I told you for just $54.95 a month you could fight against heart disease naturally? At Heart and Body Extract, we've been helping thousands of people get back to a healthier heart. Don't just take my word for it. Check out all of the success stories at hbextract.com. Or to order, call 866-295-5305. That's 866-295-5305. hbextract.com. Don't risk it when you can take charge of it.
You've seen crazy diets to lose weight. At GCN Team, our healthy body weight loss system simply neutralifies the body, bringing down cravings. It has been proven that nutritional deficiencies drive appetite for carbs, sugars, and fats. Lose weight the easy way. Find us at gcnteam.com or call 877-878-4203. Fighting cravings is a fool's game. Give the body what it needs to be satisfied. Again, 877-878-4203. That's 877-878-4203.
Are you sneezing, coughing, and aching? Do you have a sore throat, a fever, or the sniffles? There's no reason to be sick this cold and flu season with immune system support from Supernatural Silver. Supernatural Silver can give your body the help it needs to fight off harmful pathogens without hurting beneficial gut flora and without leaving behind resistant bacteria. Antibiotics can damage good microflora and often leave behind bacteria which can cause problems later on. If you're sick of being sick, try Supernatural Silver. Supernatural Silver, the #1 choice of thousands for a safe and effective way to protect against the many diseases and illnesses that we are facing today. Go to supernaturalsilver.com, read our customer reviews, and see the life-changing results that people are having. That's supernaturalsilver.com. Supernaturalsilver.com. Use the promo code PROTECTED for 20% off your entire order. And like us on Facebook. Supernatural Silver.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pileski of the Pileski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states.
Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
It's about time something new came along for better selling and buying online. And I found it.
What now, Marge?
It's buysellmakeoffer.com.
Never heard of it.
It's a brand new company. That's why you've never heard of it. It's the newest and best way to sell any products online. I did all the research.
Sell my car?
Yes.
Our home?
Yep.
My golf bag?
Your golf clubs. All of them.
How about your purse collection hoard?
Hey, now.
You said any product.
Right. I did. We get 30 days free.
Really?
Packages starting from only $7.95. And buysellmakeoffer.com will never charge item fees ever. Never. And this is cool. Listen to this. You can even use Skype or video to show your items.
That's cool.
Yes. All we have to do is go to the website, sign up, and then load our stuff to sell. I love this site.
Buysellmakeoffer.com.
Buysellmakeoffer.com. You got it?
Buysellmakeoffer.com.
Buysellmakeoffer.com. Better selling, better buying.
If survivalist housing has been in your plans, get ready. We're bringing our Timberline Range Camps to you February 6th through 14th, the Great American Outdoor Show in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Get an up-close look at some of our most popular Timberline models, or visit survivalistcamps.com to pre-order a camp. We'll bring it to the show and save you the cost of shipping. It's the perfect time to get that camp you've wanted. Go to survivalistcamps.com, then plan on joining us at the Great American Outdoor Show in February in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
As if chlorine in our water weren't bad enough, now they're adding ammonia?
It's true. Some municipalities are now adding ammonia plus chlorine to your water supply. It's a disinfectant called chloramine. But with a trusted Big Berkey water filter, you can keep chloramine out of your water. New NSF EPA certified lab tests show EPA Berkey water filters remove chloramines, pharmaceuticals, BPA, pesticides, bacteria and viruses, all forms of fluoride, and much more. Big Berkey water filters are the original and most trusted on the market. The gold standard in water purification. And our filters last for years at less than 2 cents per gallon. Big Berkey, the one that's just powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. Get your Big Berkey today. Call 1-877-99-BERKEY or click BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. That's 1-877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.